And we're back in the kitchen with Jeremy here at Ice in Bury St Edmunds with another hack and easy batter, faultless batter.
Yeah, faultless batter, easy batter. It's almost like a tempura, it's quite a light batter, but if you add as much or as little liquid as you want, so you can make it as thick or as thin, so if you want a traditional crisp batter. I got this batter recipe, it's quite a standard recipe in the Orient, but I work with Ken Hom, and I was doing some competitions and I needed a batter to stay crisp because when the judges come around and it takes a while for them to get to stay crisp, and I explained it and he said, well, use this batter recipe, and it is so simple. And as I said, you can make it thin or as thick as you want, so if you want a really light crispy tempura batter you can use that, or if you want something really heavy like our traditional, and whatever liquid. So if you want to do a beetroot batter, you can put beetroot juice in. If you want to do a beer batter, you can add whatever you want to it. So you're going to make it, it's that simple. All you need is a spoon.
I have.
And 3 basic ingredients. We have some flour, basic plain flour if you want. If you want to have a little bit more light fluffy batter, you can do 50-50 self-raising to plain flour.
Does it matter if you spend money on flour? If you've got like a really value range flour, does that matter?
For this it's fine. Obviously with cheaper flours, it all does the protein in the flour and go into gluten, how it stretches. If you're making bread, best to get the best flour you can because of the elasticity. And then we have some corn flour here, a little bit of cornstarch, and just a little bit of baking powder, just to lighten it up. So if you take 5 spoons of that and put it in the bowl, please. And try and make the spoons all the same size.
No pressure.
I will be weighing.
You're watching, aren't you?
Yeah, I am watching.
5.
So we need 2 of the corn flour, and then we need half of the baking powder. Brilliant. Perfect, well done. Go
Thank
to the
you.
top of the glass. So we've got a little batter. We've got just some plain water here. You can use, as I said, you can use whatever liquid you want. A little bit of whisk for you. So make a little well in the middle.
Yeah.
And then all I want to do is pour. Do you want me to pour for you?
I think you ought to. I've had no training with pouring.
Okay, fine. So you need to stir as I'm pouring.
Okay, fine.
So if you start whisking.
Do you go clockwise or anti? Does it matter?
No. It's not antimatter, no.
I've got a great lump now. Look, it's gone into a great big lump.
If you work it very gently, massage it. So if you just shake it out. So you made a little paste, so we can add a little bit more. So if you work that in gently, then we get it to the consistency we want, and then we're going to fry a little piece of fish. Again, if you want to do vegetables, fish, little strips of chicken, marinated soy sauce, give them a little bit of dusted flour just so the batter adheres. We're going to do that with the fish, because if you add a little bit of flour to it, it helps the batter stick to anything. So with vegetables, a little light dusting of flour, shake it off so it's not too floury, and then drop it in there.
What are we going to do about lumps though? Because you know when you do, well, when you're not a professional chef, you could end up with a lump or 2.
A bit like your meatballs. But if you whisk, I mean traditionally when you make a tempura in Japan, you actually leave a little lumps of flour in because when they fry they give you a little bit of crunchiness to it. So they actually don't whisk it really smooth.
So you shouldn't get a hang up about a few lumps then, no?
No, well you shouldn't do, but you know we're going to have it like nice and smooth. But you can see the lumps are coming out now with a bit of force.
Bit of force, yes. I wasn't going full welly.
No, obviously not. So we've got it to the consistency where it's a bit like custard at the moment. So we're going to leave it at that. Again, if you want to add some spices, some herbs, a little bit of lemon zest or lime zest in there, if you're doing some little prawns. And again, the great thing about this is you can batter them, you can fry them, and if you want you can put them in the freezer once they're fried and cooled down, and then you can bring them back out and drop them into a sauce, or you can put them back in the oven to heat up.
And that doesn't make them go soggy or anything,
The batter stays really, when it comes back it stays really crispy, it's quite amazing. But we're going to serve it straight away. If you haven't got a fryer, a little pan with some oil in it, only fill it half full. If you've got a thermometer, great, try and keep it around 170 to 190.
170 to 190.
No more. But again, if you want to do a little bit of things, just do something in batter, it just gives it that little crispness. Well done?
Batter done.
Better done, yeah. So we have our batter here, and we're using mackerel. You can use any fish you want, or chicken like you said. We're just going to dip it in. As you can see, it's very lightly dusted in flour.
And incredibly good for you as well, isn't it, mackerel? Yes,
mackerel's really good for you. It's one of our favourite fish here in the cook school. And again, we're just going to drop it in the fryer. As you can see, the batter's puffing up really nicely.
Beautiful, isn't it? Really lovely. Like a nice little parcel. Really very good.
And once we've done, we're going to do a few minutes on the one side, and then we're going to flip it over and do a couple of minutes on the other side.
It's going to be slightly longer if you are using a pan and not using something like this, though, isn't it?
Well, the thing is, as long as you've got the oil up to 180 degrees, it will still cook the same. The other thing of this is this has a control in it. So, but some people have little fryers in their houses now. If you've got a little fryer, the great thing is you get some prawns or you get some little vegetables. Some little vegetables, you can blanch them if you want, just in the little, bring them up to the boiling water, then dry them off and do it, or you can just do them from raw. Just gives a really nice feel. But you see, we're just going to
look at those chef's fingers, eh?
Just going to turn it over if it will stay over for us. There we go. And as you can see, I can already feel the batter's super crisp. And when we go and try it, I think you'll agree.
So here we are back with Jeremy at Ice in Bury St Edmunds. We've got the mint, we've got the peas, we've got some mackerel on the side.
And a bit of butter. So you'll have seen maybe from one of our other little hacks about making a batter. What goes better with a little bit of fish and chips or a little bit of fish and whatever you want to do is nice minted peas. So you may have some mint grown in the garden, or you can get some. The great thing about it is we're just going to tear it off. We've got a little bit of butter in there, not too much. And we're just going to give it a rub. And the reason we give it a rub is because we're going to get all those oils. All those oils are going to come out. You don't necessarily have to eat the peas. And then we're going to spoon ourselves. You can use a bag, you can use a bowl, you can use a pan. The reason I'm using a bag, as you'll see in a minute, is I'm about to let Nick loose with a rolling pin. All for our own safety. Make sure you've got the correct PPE. You might need some of those onion goggles. We're going to go wild with it.
Peas are so good, aren't they? You can hide them in the back of the freezer and then just get them out.
Again, you've seen when we've made the pasta, the stock and stuff, a handful of peas in there, brightens it up. You've got some good vitamins in there. It's good for you. And also, most people eat peas. Peas are one of the vegetables I've come across that virtually everyone eats. There's very few people that don't eat it. We'll probably have loads of people tagging now saying, I hate peas, and I'm going to eat them. So we put them in a bag, so you get a nice little food bag or anything, and we're just going to mash them, and then all you need to do is reheat them in the microwave, or you can get one of those oven bags and put them in the oven if you want, but I'm going to let you loose with it, sir.
So we're just going to roll up and down,
Well, you can do. I like a bit more of
get really in?
Yeah, get a bit more crushy action. Try not to heat it too hard, so if you split the bag they go everywhere and then you have to clean it up. But we're just going to give it a little bit of a crush. I mean, you can get the bag, you can mash it with your hands, get rid of a bit of frustration if you've got it as well. Beautiful, that's looking good there, Nick. Then if you want to pick it up, make sure you want to mash the butter in with it. Cool. Do a good mash through. And then what you can do as well, yeah,
it's gorgeous.
Amazing, isn't it? And then what you can do if you want to do this, you can put a bit of salt, pepper and a bit of seasoning if you like, it's up to you. Now, I left the mint, if you notice, I left the mint quite whole because I've got all the things I want out of there, so we're going to get rid of that. And then we're just going to tie it up and then pop it in the microwave. Pop it in the microwave for 30 seconds to 45 seconds until it gets hot. You'll know when it's ready because we've tied a little knot in it. The bag will actually inflate and it'll be like a little balloon. Then all you got to do is give it a little cut, drop it on the plate, and you've got some minted peas. So as you can see, the bag is puffed up. It's all nice. You see the butter frying in there. You've got that, and there we have our mushy peas.
And here we are. We've got the peas, we have our incredibly battered fish and our tomato sauce as well.
So 3 of the components you've probably seen in our previous videos we're going to put together so you can see one dish come together. We have our beautiful minted peas. Again, they're nice, fresh, green. See how still green they are? They're not the boiled grey ones like my mother used to serve me.
Or tinned. Remember tinned peas?
But tinned mushy peas are actually not bad, to be honest. But they're not as nice as this. And this is really fresh and fragrant. We've also got this beautiful tomato sauce that you made, Nick.
Yes.
Again, it's a little bit thick, but we're going to use it more of a relish with this. Again, if you want to thin it down again or blitz it with a stick blender, or you can actually make it into like a proper sauce. And then we have our beautiful piece of fried fish.
And low carbs on this plate.
Yeah, so some people, it's a low carb diet. There's a little bit of carbs obviously in the plate. There's good protein in the fish. But again, carbs are one of those things, if you have a lot of carbs, they make you feel heavy and also they're very hard to burn off.
Well, look at the colours on that plate alone.
That's amazing. Looks like some kind of flag, doesn't it?
That batter.
How is it? It's lovely and crisp, isn't it? And it's so light. And it hasn't absorbed the oil as well.
It's incredible batter. This is so good, Jeremy. Normally I think, oh, I've got to have chips, but you don't need it.
To be honest, you don't need it. Some good peas, a good piece of fish, and it's amazing how you can live without a bit of fried potato.
Those peas, mint, amazing. The batter, you've got to try this. It's so good.
And again, the peas from the freezer, take them out the night before, defrost them, mash them up. It's a 2-second job, and it's really good and tasty.
Oh, well done, Jeremy. That is.
Well, you made most of it, Nick. So well done you.
Well done, Nick.